Hi everyone, I'm Chef Marcy and this is Marcy's Meal Deals. I just got home from work and I gotta go pretty soon to pick Lunar up from a sleepover, so I needed something quick and easy to make tonight, so I decided to go with chicken parmesan. I planned a little bit ahead, so I had some leftover buttermilk from the cake we made last night, and I went ahead and marinated some thin cut chicken breasts in that and set up a dredging station. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the chicken breasts going to get started with. So yeah, we've got our chicken breasts that have been marinating nicely in the buttermilk overnight. I got the thin cut ones so they cook up pretty quick. I'm just going to take the chicken breasts out of our buttermilk and dredge them first in some flour. Cover them up in our whole grain flour here. From our whole grain flour, we're going to go into our egg wash. And from our egg wash, we're going to go right into some grated Parmesan cheese. Now, I'm not using any breadcrumbs because I'm trying to keep the carbs down as much as possible to keep it a little bit healthier. I'm sure you've heard me say a few times before, we're on kind of a little bit of a restricted diet over here. We do have some health issues over here. If you wanted to use some panko breadcrumbs at your house, that's certainly what you can do. But if you want to give it a try using just the Parmesan cheese to bread your chicken, trust me, it's really good. So we're going to do that with, I think I've got 5 or 6 of these chicken breasts in here. So we're going to just do that a couple more times. I just poured it in here. Now I can't remember what kind of flour I'm using. It's whole grain sorghum flour. I'm sure you've noticed we've got several different kinds of flours that we use over here. Each different flour kind of lends a different property to the food that we're making. Different flavor, different texture. I thought this one would go kind of nicely, oopsie, with the Parmesan flavor and the texture that I'm going for here. You can certainly use wheat flour or just all-purpose flour if that's what you have and that's what you want to use. Nothing wrong with any of that. Obviously, the specialty flours cost a little bit more, but when you've got someone that has a gluten allergy or a restricted diet like we do over here, you got to do what you got to do. But if you use the wheat flour, it certainly can help keep your costs under control. Alrighty, got about 3 of those here. Another thing that we're going to do to help keep our costs down on this recipe is that we're going to use some of the sauce that we made the other night with our spaghetti squash casserole. For us, we were able to get about 3 gallons of sauce out of that recipe. When we froze 2 gallons to put away, we had one meal with it the other night, and we're going to use the rest of it tonight. So when you make in bulk and you buy in bulk, it helps to cut down on your food costs. All right. All right, there's 4. Now I've got my oven over here preheated to 350 degrees. You'll have to excuse my stumbling and bumbling with my words. Like I said, I just got home from work. I'm a little tired. Brain's a little fried. But us working parents still got to feed the family, right guys? know there's a lot of dads and grandparents out there that are doing it too. It's not just us moms anymore. Everybody's got to pitch in and do their part. A lot of times when I'm working for the day, my daughter Emily will cook. But she had other things to do today, so I get double duty. And that's okay. It's always good to have a handy repertoire of quick, easy meals for days like today when everybody's busy and we just need something good but still healthy. Quick, easy, and healthy. All right, I ran out of cheese for this last one. So it's just going to be breaded and egg washed. So that'll be interesting. Gotta rearrange my chicken in my pan. Get that in there. All right. I try to use wet hand, dry hand whenever I dredge chicken tenders or chicken breasts or anything like that. Whenever I do a dredging station, to try to keep the mess down a little bit. It does help, but I've not mastered the technique. Of course, I don't do a whole lot of breading like that. Now we're just going to pop these in the oven again at 350 degrees for about 5 minutes to try to give that coating a little bit of time to crisp up before we put the sauce and the cheese on it. So we'll give that about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and put the sauce on it, and we'll see you then. We're back. I lied, not intentionally, of course, but it took more like 15 minutes. But hey, even professionals make mistakes sometimes. I think it's probably because the buttermilk was a little thicker than the milk I usually use to dredge the chickens with. So the batter is a little bit thicker. Whatever the reason, it took a little longer, but we got the nice brown, crispy coating that we wanted. Another thing that could have helped is if I'd have realized my chicken pieces were as big as they were, I could have spread them out on a sheet pan instead of putting them all in this little casserole dish, and that would have helped them cook a little faster too. At any rate, because they were in there for so long and they were thinner pieces of chicken, the chicken is pretty much cooked already. So all we have to do now is add the sauce and the cheese, because what's chicken Parmesan without sauce and cheese, and put them in the oven to just warm up the sauce and cheese and make our spaghetti and a quick salad to go with it. Right now I'm just putting a little Italian herbs, fresh ground Italian herbs on top of our chicken Parmesan just to add a little bit more flavor. It should have plenty of flavor. You can put a little salt and pepper on there if you like, or you could wait till it comes out and add it then. Alright, that should be good. And here is our sauce that we made before. I just put it in this little bowl to make it a little easier to dish up. Now you don't want to put too much sauce on our chicken, because then it's going to defeat the purpose of trying to get that coating crispy in the first place. So you just want to maybe about a half a ladle full on each piece, if that, depending on the size of the piece of chicken. There we go. Of course, our one poor piece that didn't get any cheese is still looking a little blonde, but that's okay. There are blonde Italians, so it's acceptable, and we love it anyways. And we're just going to put lots of cheese, because we want our cheese to get on there and get melty and ooey gooey. That was 2 cups of cheese, 2 cups of mozzarella provolone blend. Then we're going to stick it back in our 350-degree oven for about another 5 to 10 minutes. In the meantime, we'll get our pasta going and make a little side salad to go with it. See you in a few. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. The pasta's done. I put the rest of our sauce in it to keep it loose and ready to serve. I've got my salad done. I went with a nice baby spring greens salad with some strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, a little bit of feta, and some pepitas. I'll serve that with some raspberry vinaigrette, although a balsamic vinaigrette would be good with it too. And now we're going to get our chicken Parmesan out of the oven, see how it looks. Hi, Sparkle. Sparkle says it smells good, so she came to say hi. All right, beautiful. Cheese is nicely melted. Everything's come together. So we'll go ahead and get a piece off of there. All right, this one looks good right here in the corner. Oh, we need to get our spaghetti first. Silly me. For us, it's chickpea pasta with angel hair. It's because that's what I like the most. But any kind of pasta will do. Certainly serve your family's favorite with this. Look at that ooey gooey cheese. The best part of chicken parm. There you are, enjoy.